remembers when the movie Jaws used an actual real live white shark to make that movie? What's that? No one remembers that? Today we bring the story of Roar, where they did make that mistake. Welcome, everyone, to the Weird World Podcast. I'm Dean.
I'm Emma.
Special guest Emma. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Carrie.
Carrie. Today, Carrie is going to tell us a story that is absolutely 100% true, and you can't be blamed for not believing it because I know the basic outline of this, and it's insane that this actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie?
Just a tad. Well, you alluded to a movie.
I did.
No, it's not Jaws made with a real shark.
Could you imagine?
That would have been phenomenal. That would have been ballsy.
It has been compared to Jaws. It's called Roar, and it was made by a husband and wife team, Noel Marshall. You guys ever heard of him?
No.
Brilliant filmmaker.
Noah? Oh, Noel. Noel Marshall. Okay.
Never heard of him.
Nope.
Tippi Hedren.
Sure, of course.
Of course, I've heard of Tippy.
The Birds.
Everybody loves Tippi.
One of the many, many, many fine blonde-haired actresses that Alfred Hitchcock terrorized over the course of his despicable career.
He really did. Well, anyway, they were married, and in 1969, while she was in Africa filming a movie called Satan's Harvest.
Satan's Harvest. Never heard of it. Want to see it.
It was being filmed in Mozambique.
Ooh.
Noel happened to be her agent. So he was over there with her. And, they were doing touristy kind of things. And they had taken some sort of bus ride out to an abandoned plantation house in a national park. And this plantation house had basically become the home of a big pride of lions.
What?
Oh, really? Had taken over the house.
Yes.
Huh.
Completely taken over the house. They were told.
You wouldn't think lions would
Would hold up in a abandoned home. It doesn't seem like an animal that would
want shelter.
Yeah.
Roof.
This was the late 60s. What was going on in Africa to certain wild animals?
Dad,
in that
history
day and
buff.
age?
What was happening?
Late 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Terrible thing.
Was it poachers? Was
Yes.
there an
Oh,
okay.
well,
Yeah.
not just the late 60s.
Well, I know, but at
Decades.
that time, this was happening.
Okay.
And so.
Still is.
Yeah.
Was for many years before.
Aren't there like laws and such now?
Sure, but money talks.
It's probably
True.
better now than it was back then.
I'm
I
sure.
would
Probably.
imagine.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So they were protection?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
They're hiding out.
Yep.
Like a stash house.
Smart lion.
Wow.
And like I said-
were they on the lamb? Wait, does it make sense?
No, it doesn't
make
Lions
sense.
and lambs, never
Were
mind.
they on the lion?
And it was on the grounds of a national park. So it was left there for them specifically.
Really?
Yep. But Noel and Tippi saw this house with like animals peeking out of its windows and on the deck and the veranda and whatever a Portuguese window is. But they thought it was
Portuguese window.
First of all, Carrie said the word veranda like she's angry.
A
At the
veranda.
word. And then a Portuguese window? I
Stupid.
think it's just a window.
Stupid veranda.
Look it up.
Goddamn verandas.
But
I didn't know.
anyway-
Did you know your mother hated verandas that much?
Now I know. I was going to get her one for Christmas.
I did not know she was so anti-veranda. Go ahead, Carrie.
Well, anyway, they thought it was super cool. And they thought this has to be the spark of some kind of movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, sure, but
Okay.
So they decided.
lions on a house. They could have had
Yes.
it could have been a sitcom. The lions could have not, they have to live together because they're in the same pride, but they don't get along, or some do, some don't. There's tension.
I told you to stop bringing dead gazelles in the house.
If you don't clean the saucepan after you make ravioli, it's like hard as rock, Clive. That kind of thing. Could have been good.
There's a little bit of foreshadowing in those little jokies you guys just made.
Oh.
I don't know how, but okay.
You'll find out.
Okay. Was one of the lions named Clive? Did I just?
Oh
No.
my God.
I just guessed.
So anyway, their goal, they thought they'd make either one or maybe even a series of films. And they thought that, their goal was to show that humans and animals can coexist peacefully.
Oh. I thought
And-
they were going to make lions in the house and they're going to have a guest star in some washed up rapper or something like that. That's what nowadays they would.
Washed
Nowadays
up
they
rapper
would.
in
1969.
That's was the joke.
Yes.
But thank you guys both for missing that. But okay.
Well, anyway, they wanted to basically show people the majesty of these animals. So
In
that
a house.
so that they would stop doing things that were endangering them, like poaching and fur trade and all that kind of stuff.
For sure not going to work. B, just show them in the wild.
I feel like
Not in a
there's some
house.
other methods they could have gone about.
Well, this is what they did. They were movie makers.
Okay.
So Noel started writing a script.
Wait, Noel's an agent.
Also a
That's-
filmmaker.
That's already a bad sign.
And I think he was a producer too, but yeah, yes. He probably should
Not have been writing the script. Okay.
And they concocted an idea about an American family living in Africa with about 30 or so lions
Jesus.
who would also have the run of their house.
the
Oh.
fuck? 30
Okay.
or so?
One
Yes.
is too many.
One lion is too many lions.
They're having
In a
the
home,
run of
in
your
a
house.
home.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So they start, looking around for animal trainers because, at the time there had been, I'm sure there were animal trainers in Hollywood that have big cats and stuff. So they talked to several who said, absolutely not. Because nobody had that many
30.
lions
Yeah.
to begin with.
Why 30? It could have been 4. Seriously. Why a pride of lions isn't 30 lions.
No.
It's a family, basically.
Yeah, Pride of Lions is like what? 5
That's
lions?
they're just
I have
not
no idea.
smart.
But these trainers said there's really no way you can't bring, like maybe you, trainer A, bring your lions, trainer B, bring yours. And they said that's not going to work.
No.
They would fight.
Yeah.
You couldn't, the only
That's
one.
kind of like a famous trait of lions. is that they
They
don't
don't just
get
hang out
along.
together in
No.
large groups formed by smaller groups. Not
Well,
a
one
thing.
of the trainers, I think his name was Ron Oxley, he said really the only way you could possibly do it, if it could be done, would be for you guys to raise the lions from
God.
babyhood
He should not have said that.
and raise them together, whatever lions are going to be in the movie. So they're a part of one pride.
Yeah.
And then they know you and they know each other, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Listen.
because that big lion jamboree they have every year where all the brides get together and have a good old time. No, you don't. You've never heard of that? No one
No.
ever has because it's not a thing. Okay.
Well, so around 1970, they start acquiring
Oh.
little baby lion cubs.
Okay, so what's happening in 1970? A lot of weed,
Lots
a lot
of
of
weed.
LSD too. A lot of drugs are happening here.
Yeah,
so this
the
is
sugar
making more
cubes,
sense. Yeah.
The sugar cubes, guys, of LSD.
Well, and they just lived in a typical suburban home in Sherman Oaks, California.
Tippy
Tippy
and
Hedren
Tippy Hedren
lived in
and
Sherman Oaks.
Noel.
Noel
So they were
Marshall.
married.
Uh-huh.
Okay, married before 69 when he went to
Yeah.
Mozambique with the movie. Oh,
Yeah,
you
they
didn't
were
say
already
that.
married.
Okay, you just said her agent.
No.
No, I said
She
husband
said
and
husband.
wife.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
She said husband and wife, and then she said, and he was also her agent.
I missed the husband part.
There you go.
Mhm. Noel had 2 sons who were teenagers. Their names were John and Jerry. And Tippy had her daughter, who happens to be,
Melanie Griffith,
Melanie Griffith.
yes.
How did Melanie
Mother-
Griffith not get eaten by a lion?
mother of Dakota Johnson,
Dakota
former
Johnson.
wife of Antonio Banderas,
And Don
John
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, there's the it's the Hollywood moment with Emma.
Yeah.
She was 13, by the way.
Melanie.
Uh-huh. And so Ron Oxley brought his big cat over to their house in Sherman Oaks, the first one that they had. His name was Neil.
Oh.
Big old lion.
Not Clive. Damn it.
To
Male?
teach them, yes,
His name is Neil.
No.
to kind of teach them this is how you behave around a big lion and this is what you can do and what you can't do and all that
Them
kind of
being
stuff.
the whole
Is it-
family?
The whole
Is it
family.
true that you can't look a male lion in his eyes?
I wouldn't look a male
I've-
lion on his ass.
I've
I mean,
heard that before, and I did watch a video of 2 trainers in a lion den,
Yeah.
and it was a male lion and a lioness on like opposite sides of them, and one of the trainers fucked up and looked the male lion in the eye, and he started to attack him, but the lioness came and like swatted her man on the
Ooh,
body
nice.
and was like, "Stop it!" And he stopped.
Really?
Yeah.
You leave that man alone.
Stop it! Knock it off.
Well, because they did have to teach the kids things. But I mean, in 1971, Life magazine came and did a big, how they do all the photos and stuff in Life magazine. So
I
they
feel
did a big
like I've seen these photos.
photo feature. So there's like a picture of Melanie Griffith jumping into the pool, and it looks like Neil is about to chomp down on her ankle as she's going into the pool.
I have seen that
He
photo.
Yeah.
probably was.
No, he wasn't, but
Neil
still.
loved Melanie.
That's true.
and there are
That's right.
pictures of Neil sleeping in Melanie's bed with her.
Okay,
Now that's getting creepy.
celebrity
She's
or
13,
not,
for
Tippy
God's
Hedren
sake.
or not, is this not like guys to take your fucking kids away
It's
from
a
them.
terrible
Like,
idea.
yeah, my mom like has a lion. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
so you can't live there anymore.
Yeah, no one should have any wild animal ever. It's not okay. You're not as cool as you think you are.
You're
asshole
not.
with a tiger.
Yes.
And,
There is no scenario where it ends well. Just
No.
there's no scenario.
Even Mike Tyson really couldn't take care of his tiger, as we know from the documentary of Bradley Cooper, that they did terrible things to that tiger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even I remember the woman in Connecticut with the chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's cool. I'll just have my friend over for tea, and the chimpanzee ate that friend's face.
Yes. And then she went on
it's
Oprah.
Always
Yes.
always
She got the
ends.
first face transplant ever.
Mm-hmm.
It ends.
Okay,
never ends well.
stipulated.
Yes. What?
Okay.
What's stipulated?
Bad idea.
She's
to
telling
own-
us-
No,
Shut up.
I want to go.
We are
off.
never going to finish this podcast if we still keep ranting about how people shouldn't keep wild animals.
I have other examples.
They, as I said, so then, they learned how to live with Neil, and Ron Oxley was pretty much there most of the time.
Who was Ron Oxley again? Besides
the trainer who
I
had,
thought he's in Harry Potter.
no,
Okay.
that's Weasley.
Okay.
He's the trainer who owned Neil, the lion,
Neil the lion.
and was giving them tips and tricks on how to do this.
Don't look him in an eye.
Mhm.
Always feed them a lot.
So then they start acquiring lion cubs
Mm.
from basically rescues, people who thought they could, that lion cub was so cute. So I don't know how people ever got them. I don't know. They went on safari and came back with one. I have no
Money.
idea.
They have money.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
there's a wild animal trade. Has been for a long
I know.
time.
But so anyway, they started taking them in as cubs so that they could raise them per Ron's advice. And, they would grow probably rather quickly. And eventually they'd start roaring real loud and neighbors would complain. And it didn't take long. By 1972, I'm sure the police came multiple times. By 1972, the city or county or whatever said,
Sherman Oaks,
you can't keep these.
It's
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So they had them out of cages, completely run of the house, the backyard. I mean, they could hop that fence very easily
Mhm.
and be in someone else's yard. How did that not ever happen?
I don't know.
That's insane. I would absolutely I'm on these neighbors' side.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Oh,
a lot of asses going, oh my God,
absolutely.
man, just be cool, man. Is there having to, no, it's
No.
a terrible idea. Someone's going to get killed.
No. So they bought a big bunch of land in Santa Clarita, which at the time was fairly cheap. It was prone to fires and floods.
Uh-oh.
But so they bought this land with the idea, this is where they will house the lions, and it's also where they will basically build the set for the movie.
Oh.
So,
It's also Africa hot. Very hot there.
Oh.
yeah, which fits with
Mhm.
their idea for the movie. So they built this big house, this big 2-story house in the same kind of architecture as the plantation house they saw in Mozambique. It had to be supported by 14 telephone poles to make it sturdy enough because they're going to have lions running around
But,
inside
Carrie,
of it.
did they have a goddamn veranda? I hope not. That'll make you so angry.
It did have a big veranda, I believe.
Are you
A
mad about
veranda is
that?
just like a big porch,
Are you
right?
mad about Carrie? I know what a veranda is.
I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
So they wanted it to be sturdy enough to bear the weight of 50 lions, which would be about 20,000 pounds.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
The workers that they used, mostly the construction and staff for once they started on the movie too, were mostly non-union workers.
Yeah. Do you think?
And they did this for affordability and also because they knew they might be breaking some union rules.
Every
Yeah.
possible rule.
They'd
They're also
be getting in
breaking.
trouble.
Well, I don't know when the no animals were injured on the making of this movie kind of thing came around, but I would think it was around by the early 70s.
Yeah.
This is 72, 73 by now.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it took them 5 years before they even started filming.
this might be mid 70s, and
yeah.
I would have thought that would have been a thing by then.
Yeah.
You had certain ways you had to treat. You had to be professionals on set and things, and the hours and wages.
Yeah, I don't
But,
know.
there were
I
rules.
don't know what the rules were, but they were strengthened after this movie. I know
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
That means something bad's going to happen. Is Melanie Griffith, is that not really her? Is she a robot? She was eaten by a lion, wasn't she?
Well, they also had to make it look more like Africa. They wanted it to look like Tanzania
Mhm.
and Mozambique. So they cleared out all of the native California vegetation on their land. And then they planted native African
Also, a
plants.
terrible idea. That probably is no longer legal.
I
'Cause
know.
that
Probably
stuff
not. There's
can-
no way
you know,
that's legal.
That's how Burmese pythons have taken over Florida.
Well, they planted thousands of cottonwoods and Mozambique bushes, whatever those are, and they dammed a nearby creek because they needed a big lake
Oh.
in front of this big plantation house. And then they cordoned off areas where they put like big, high 14-foot fences, which I guess were tall enough to prevent.
Were or weren't?
I guess they were.
14.
To prevent the animals from escaping. I'm sure they did. I think they did escape a few times. But
Jesus.
yeah. So they had to basically also make like a little movie studio in addition to the house. So they had to build other little buildings for, different purposes like, editing and kitchen commissary. And they even needed an animal hospital, an elephant barn.
An elephant
What's
barn.
that?
Uh-huh.
Please say
A
they don't
barn
have
big enough for elephants?
Oh.
They're not going to have elephants on the set, are they? With lions?
Yeah. They do end up with a couple of elephants.
These are the dumbest people I've ever made a movie.
That's horrible.
Well, maybe not. There's some, Red
Yes.
Dawn, so maybe not the dumbest people ever, but still, they're up there.
And they also needed a 10,000-pound freezer because it had to be big enough to store the meat for all the cats that they're
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a
end up
lot
having.
of meat.
Let's throw some baboons in here too. See what
See what
happens, man.
happens.
This is Steven Seagal level stupidity.
Well, so as they're acquiring, little baby lion cubs and stuff, then, they find out, oh, somebody else thought they could have a jaguar. Now there's this jaguar that needs a home. And,
they know jaguars aren't in Africa, right?
And what about these we got a cougar over here.
also
and a
not
Where are
in
panther.
jaguars from?
South America.
South America.
Central America.
And Central America.
Yeah.
And North America.
And North America.
So they started taking in any big cats.
Oh my
that
God.
needed a home. So they then had to change the plot from just being lions to all big cats that could live in harmony as one big pride, even if they're of different species.
That makes no
and
sense.
from different continents on the planet.
And did Andrew Lloyd Webber steal the name Cats from them? Because this makes more sense as Cats than Roar.
Well, the original title,
It wasn't Roar?
no, it was just lions.
Lions.
And then
2 exclamation points.
Lions.
Lions just wasn't descriptive enough.
No,
So
because
then
they
Noel
have
changed
jaguars.
it
And
to lions, and more lions.
that's even worse somehow.
But then after they, ended up with all these other animals that weren't lions, that's when it got changed to just roar.
Okay.
Because I guess they all roar.
I would have gone big cats. 4 exclamation points.
Well, by 1979, here's their roster of animals.
Ugh.
71 lions.
71 lions.
Yep.
They had more lions than some African countries.
Yeah.
26 tigers.
Oh my God.
A tigon.
As a Tigon?
Tiger,
What's that?
Tiger lion.
As a liger.
It's a liger.
They called it a tigon.
They're
Well, they're
wrong.
stupid.
They're objectively wrong, and now we're more mad at them than you are at verandas, Gary. That's all I'm saying.
9 black panthers, 10 cougars, 2 jaguars, 4 leopards, 2 elephants,
Oh my God.
Elephants.
These poor animals.
and then a bunch of birds, including 6 black swans,
Birds. Why birds?
4 Canada geese,
You know, these all can fly, right?
4 cranes, 2 peacocks, 7 flamingos, and a marabou stork. The only animal they ever turned down, because, these were all, somebody
Yeah.
had them and they needed a place to live.
Yeah.
The
Somebody had a
only-
marabou stork. You know how ugly they are?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Guess what animal they turned down?
Wait, hold on.
A killer whale.
You know what? I'm going to go with red-butted baboon because it's just kind of, you know?
Yeah, chimpanzee.
No, not chimpanzee.
No, large.
Gorilla.
Dangerous.
Well, these are all
Orangutan.
large, dangerous animals.
An-
Rhinoceros? Hippo? Hippo.
Oh,
Hippopotamus.
smart to turn down
Oh.
a hippo.
I know you already stipulated, but remember that guy in South Africa who let the hippo have the run of his house? He lived by a river. I don't know. Some dude in
That
South
was a
Africa.
woman, but yes.
It was a woman, okay, and let a hippo have from the river have the run of her house. A wild freaking hippo. It's like, no, he likes me. I leave him food. Killed her.
Hippos are one of the most dangerous
They
animals
are.
on the
Oh,
planet.
they kill the most people per year, at least in Africa, I believe.
They're fast. They're strong. They have
Scary,
an insane bite force.
mean.
Mhm.
So they said no to hippo. So they did have standards.
They had a little bit of
Yes.
sense.
Their
That
limits.
hippo would have killed every lion there.
Do hippos kill lions?
No.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
They
Okay.
they tend to stay away from each other. They're like, you know what? You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone.
I've seen a
Yeah,
hippo
bro.
kill
They can kill lots of things.
something.
I would be very afraid to be in water if there was a hippo anywhere.
Yes.
So anyway, all of this took about 5 years to build the set and acquire all the animals.
So we're now to 1980
and all that kind of stuff. And well, no, they started this in 1970.
I know, but
Now
you just said
1979
1979 a second ago.
Well, by 1979, they had all those
acquired
animals.
everything.
It was very expensive just to feed all these animals. It cost about $4,000 a week in 1970s
Oh,
money.
She's already spent all that bird's money.
You
What
want to know
she
how much?
What was
that
she doing? What was her career super successful after Birds? Or
I mean,
she was-
I don't know. She was there filming Satan's
Yeah,
whatever.
She was-
okay. There you go.
Well, she
Satan's
was
Harvest. I mean.
famously blacklisted from Hollywood because of her relationship with Hitchcock. He blackballed her.
I think
I
she
thought that was
did.
somebody else.
Yeah, I think somebody else. She did movies after.
She might
after
have.
I mean,
that.
yeah, she did
I think she
stuff,
wasn't
but-
a mega star, but she did major motion pictures. I think besides Satan's Harvest, which no one's heard of.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I do want to know what that is in today's money. Did you say you
$4,000 a week.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
it?
A lot. Oh, today's money.
Wanna guess?
Well, I'm gonna say $14.4 billion are weirdly 3,000
What is it, Mom?
about $30,000.
A
a
week.
week. So are they
No.
getting? They're not that wealthy. Are they getting?
They're not that
grants?
wealthy. I think they did get some sort of investment money, but they were pretty much funding it on their own.
Wow, that's a
Wow.
ton of money.
Mhm. Well, he produced The Exorcist.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
So he's rolling in it, clearly.
Huh. Okay.
Mhm. So they were ready to start filming in 1975. And I'm going to go through the plot.
There's a
of
plot.
This masterpiece. Of course, there's a plot.
Okay, I thought just Lions in the House.
No,
Which, by
it's-
the way, better movie title.
Well, it was about an American naturalist named Hank.
No, who's acting in it?
Well,
1975. I'm gonna go with Dustin Hoffman.
no, as he was writing it, he was basically writing it with
Warren Beatty,
close.
Robert Redford,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
Jack Nicholson said, "Wait, Lions? Hard
yeah,
pass.
Jack Nicholson was big in the
Hard
70s.
pass. I'm gonna
Yes.
do, and I'm gonna do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest because that's more sane than what you're doing.
Jack Nicholson absolutely passed on it. So they ended up casting Noel Marshall.
Oh,
no, dude, you're not an actor
shocker.
or a writer. This is not going to end well. This is worse for cinema than it is for Lions.
He also produced and directed it. So he's living on a nature preserve in Tanzania with a bunch of big cats to study their behavior and apparently prove that they can live with lions and panthers and jaguars and everybody else. And his family, he has a wife and 3 teenage kids back in Chicago. He's been gone for 3 years,
Oh.
by the way. It's been
Mm.
3 years since they've seen each other, and they're coming for a visit. And
And he is horny.
it's the day for him.
Hilarious.
He's got to go to the airport to pick them up. And his friend, his African friend, Mativo, comes by to tell him that some committee is coming to review his grant.
Motivo? That's
Motivo.
for sure either a tech company or a game playing system by now.
It's actually the actual last name of the African actor who
Oh.
played this gentleman.
That's always safe,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
If you're not sure if you don't want to embarrass yourself by making up a quote African name.
Well, so we see, he's showing Mativo around. So that's how we get to see the majesty of his great idea. And
Yeah, and in Africa?
yes.
So
Well,
did they go
no.
and do some shots in Africa too?
No.
No.
Okay.
They're
This is
doing-
all just in
yeah.
Santa Clarita.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the cottonwood tree. There's the elephant in the barn.
No, we just see the animals.
Okay.
And he's explaining to him that there's a rogue lion named Togar. And
A rogue.
Robbie is like the head of the pride living with Hank.
The rogue lion is like out in the wild, supposedly.
Yes.
So,
And-
they don't name all the lions in Africa. Just
Well,
did
Hank
he,
does.
did he not know that?
Hank does.
Okay.
And, he's worried Togar keeps coming in and kind of challenging Robbie. And so, he's worried about that dynamic.
Togar and Robbie.
Okay, who's going to win that fight? Robbie. He's like taunting him from outside the cage. Robbie. Sorry.
So the grant committee arrives in boats, several little boats.
Of course.
With a bunch of people. I think most of the real life people are the various animal trainers that turned him down because they know about lions.
I don't think Tanzania has a ton of rivers. And
probably couldn't find enough actual actors to portray them.
Yeah.
So one of the people,
who would do it?
They're not super thrilled with what Hank is doing, and they all have guns, and they're basically like threatening to. One guy really hates Hank and what he's doing, and he wants to shoot all of the lions.
Why are they so mad at him? Like, you can't have humans and lions living together.
It's not really clear. They're all white, by the way.
Really? So
From
it's also
what I remember.
racist. Great.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There might be a couple.
It's supposed to be in today's time, right? It's not like set in the past or something.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But so while this committee is there, a fight breaks out, and it's like a whole bunch of lions going at it. Hank just charges right on in there and in the middle of a lion fight, trying to separate them.
Oh my God. Guys, break it up. Break it up. Stop.
He's filming this?
This is all part in the movie.
Okay, so
which I have
Noel,
seen.
as Hank, walks into a real lion fight. Are the lions really fighting?
It sure looks
Did
like
they
the lions
intend
are
lions
really
to
fighting.
fight?
I don't
Was
know.
it's written like a porn movie. Lion fight, man walks in. Okay, next, cut, go, print. It's
when
he walks into a lion fight.
Yes.
He's alive.
And when it comes to the animal behavior, who knows how much is in the script and how much they just went with.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
It's what they did. Yeah. So he gets his hand bitten and he's got to, wrap up his hand and bandage it. And while he's going in to bandage his hand, some tigers attack the committee.
Oh.
And
again, also not planned or scripted.
And they are
Jesus.
definitely injured.
Real injured or just like movie injured?
I think hopefully just movie injured.
Okay. So
Because you
tigers.
don't actually literally see it, I don't think.
Okay.
But I don't really remember.
They hear about a lot of roars and tiger sounds off. Oh my God, look over there. Those tigers are attacking the committee of white guys. And then they come back and the white guys are all bloody.
Very bloody. And
Really?
like some of them like blood streaming down their faces, coming from their
That
heads.
could have been real.
And
Oh my
Hank is saying
God.
like, I'll help you, bandage it up or whatever. He's acting like it's no big deal.
Guys, calm down. Some tigers
You're
attacked
fine.
you. That's going to happen.
But they leave.
Who
Anyway.
hasn't been attacked by a tiger?
So they're gone. And now, he knows I got to get to the airport to pick up my family. So they hop in Mativo's boat. He's going to take them to the airport. How a boat is going to get them to the airport, I'm not entirely sure. And 2 tigers jump on their boat. Basically, it sinks. They can't take the boat. They got to swim to shore.
This is a small pond in
Yeah,
Santa Cruz. So how are they
this is
doing that exactly?
nonsensical.
You see a cutaway and they're clearly in a pool. you see the steps.
Yeah.
The diving board is over his head.
Well, they dammed up the creek and they made an actual lake.
I
on
know,
their
but
way
it
How
can't be
big is
that
it?
big. This is Santa Cruz. There's not a lot of water there.
It doesn't look like a huge lake, but it's pretty big.
Really?
Yeah, it's got
I
boats and stuff in it.
honestly would have guessed 100 yards across. It's not. There can't be that much big
Well,
unless it's
I mean,
very shallow, maybe.
It's also movie magic. They don't need,
Yeah.
Okay.
But so from this point on, it turns into like the kooky adventure of 2 guys trying to get to the airport in time to pick up his
Really?
family. And they're waylaid by the tigers, and then they go to find some bikes, and they got to go through some little village of African people doing something, and
Oh my
they
God.
literally steal 2 bikes to go. But meanwhile, the tigers are following them. These are tigers that Hank has a relationship with. So they're not any danger to Hank and Mativo, although Mativo is scared shitless. So, and it's got kooky music.
Of course
And,
it does. I was
yeah.
thinking,
Very
oh
much.
my God, are those was it tigers now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those tigers still behind us? They are.
Yeah. At this point, it's very silly.
Pedal
Also
faster.
silly is that I don't know who, if it was Tippi Hedren playing the wife or Hank, who somebody mistook AM for PM. So when their flight arrived.
Oh.
So I think Hank thinks they're arriving in the PM when in actuality their flight arrived in the AM. So while Hank is greeting the committee and breaking up lion fights, they're arriving at the airport, which I don't know how far away it is. But so while he and Mativo are having their kooky adventure trying to get to the airport, his wife and teenage kids are talking to people at the airport who are saying, well, maybe they wait for some amount of time. Dad doesn't show up. So the guy says, the airport doesn't stay open 24 hours. We're going to close. You need to get on a bus. This is going to be the last bus.
Who's coming from the airport? Who's coming?
His wife and children.
On the plane. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to, okay.
So they have to get on the last bus or else they might be stuck in the middle of the African desert all night.
Well, they're at an airport.
Yeah, but it's a remote, teeny tiny little
really?
thing. It's not.
Chicago
not
to
LAX.
middle of nowhere, Tanzania. That flight. My
Pretty
bad.
much.
I didn't
Yes,
realize
the
that.
direct flight.
Not to Mombasa, a major metropolitan area, but to
Nope.
the middle of nowhere.
Well, maybe they had a connecting flight.
Okay.
Out of there. So,
Listen,
anyway,
Fly us to where those trees are.
Filling in the blanks in your head.
so
Well,
they get on a bus. So, of course, as you might imagine, the two parties just pass each other.
Oh my gosh. So
with
crazy.
kooky music.
So
Kooky
very
music.
kooky music. So they arrive at the house and Hank isn't there. So
but the injured white guys are still there.
they fled.
they left?
They
before.
fled on their
Yeah.
boat in the huge
So who's
lake.
there?
Nobody.
So they walk into 71 lions
Yes.
and oh my God.
But
Did they know? Well, they knew he was doing this.
he was keeping it a secret. He wanted to surprise them.
Okay.
Surprise, lions!
Surprise, we're all going to be eaten.
So they show up and it's like, oh my God, look at this big, beautiful house. And in front of this big, beautiful lake. And, let's get there. And they have to like cross this little bridge and everything. So they go up to the house and
Is
From what I
it
remember-
Tippy and two kids? Who's there?
3 kids.
3 kids. Is Melanie Griffith one of them?
Yes.
It's Tippy Hedren, Noel, Melanie, and
No, it's not
Noel's
Noel.
2 sons.
It's not. No, I mean in this scene right now, Noel is
Oh,
out trying.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. It's Tippy and Melanie and the 2 sons.
Yes.
Jesus.
And so I guess maybe all the lions and things are sleeping somewhere because they're not roaming around when they first get there. So they get there and they go into the house and they're just walking around and looking at everything and it looks great. And then all of a sudden up pops some animals and
Oh my God.
she, flings open the windows and so then it becomes
There's a lion right there.
they are very scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
the
then-
first normal reaction so far in this movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The rest of the majority of the movie is probably some genuine fear. And
So the key is this, though. All this movie is real, not so very tame, wild animals
yeah,
who have the run of the set.
Yes.
You have crew, you have key grips, you have lighting, you have sound people.
Mhm.
How is that? How did that happen?
we'll talk about that. But right now I'm just telling you the
Okay.
plot of the
Because
movie.
no one would say, how desperate are you for a job to say, yeah, I'll be on that set?
You must be pretty desperate.
It is shocking because they did obviously they had a hard time getting actors, but
They got a full crew
Mhm.
to do it.
well,
presumably.
not quite a full crew.
Okay.
So at one point, the lions start dragging in zebra parts and literally eating zebra parts in the house.
Oh my God.
Unplanned or planned? See, I think a lot of this was unplanned, wasn't it?
Well,
Or is that like, hey, put some zebra out there?
Yeah,
that could have been planned. Actually,
that
now that I
had
think
to be
about it,
planned.
because they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even the $4,000 a week, whatever, would not include zebra.
No.
No.
It'd be lion chow,
Yes.
tiger chow.
yeah.
Okay.
that
I
had
think
to be
that was
planned, but
probably-
maybe
So they
them
went- got
bringing
some-
it in the house wasn't. They were just like,
Yeah, I know.
okay, keep going.
Huh.
It probably was.
It probably was.
Yeah.
How
So,
do you
but
plan that?
as
Because
you
they
can
throw
imagine-
zebra in the house.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're good at guys.
Yeah. Really gross, really
Yeah.
bloody. And,
Ugh.
so basically the family is running around trying to hide from the lions and tigers and stuff.
That could be
Chasing
hilarity
them
could
around the
ensue,
house.
like
Yeah.
behind the couch, and then or they're behind the wall. The tiger looks on the wall, but then they're on the other wall on the other side, and they see the back of the tiger looking for them on
Yeah.
the hallway.
Yeah.
That could be fun. That
There
could
is
be
a
fun.
lot of, shutting of doors and opening of doors and
Yeah.
lions poking their heads through. They hide in cupboards. and cabinets. And at one point, I think it was Jerry, the younger son, hides in a old fashioned icebox kind of thing.
And suffocated.
I'm
And
like,
died
you're
on
gonna
set.
get stuck.
Yeah.
He never closes it all the way. So
Okay.
of course a lion can bat it open with his paw.
Big, huge, scary paw. Yeah.
Mhm. So Hank eventually gets to the airport and they tell him, "Oh yeah, your family already left." So
they took a bus
he's got to get
to
back
your house,
home
apparently.
and in a hurry. So he talks somebody into allowing him to take their car, which is like a old-fashioned jalopy looking kind of car, probably from the 1920s or something.
Because in 1975, Tanzania, they had nothing but Model T Fords.
Right,
right. And he is at the airport by himself because he's left Motivo. Because then they have the dilemma. If we both go, these lions or these tigers, the two tigers that are following them, they're going to follow us all the way to the airport where there may be people. We can't do that. That would be dangerous. So
That would be dangerous.
he tells Motivo to climb up a tree and then like hang your dangle your limbs. So the tigers will start, taking interest in you. Motivo's like, I'm not doing that.
Use yourself as bait.
Yes.
No,
So
Motivo, the actor, is like, I'm not fucking doing that. Are you insane?
So then-
Why am I doing this movie?
he tells him, take off your shirt and just dangle your shirt. So Motivo does that. So he's got his shirt and then an umbrella. So he's like, he gets the tiger's attention so Hank can go to the airport. And so he's sitting up in a tree, fending the tigers off with an umbrella to keep himself alive. So anyway,
Jesus.
Hank gets the car, goes back, retrieves Motivo, and then heads back home. More hilarity ensues. Something happens to one of the tires. They get a flat tire, so they got to stop, and then they got to go home. And
The
there's
tiger actually was able to lift the car so they can change the tire. It's friendly.
there's a subplot of the bad guys from the little committee, the ones that wanted to kill the lions.
Mhm.
So the subplot with them is those two are out there with guns.
Mm.
And I think they're like shooting at the tigers that are with Motivo and Hank. And what do you think happens to them?
I think they get it. And
They do.
actually, in real life, those two actors were murdered
Oh
and
my
eaten.
god.
They do get killed.
Nice.
And not for reals, just
Mm,
in the
for
movie.
fake.
Not so sure.
Hank tried to intervene, but
Dude, I don't
at a
think-
certain point,
Sure.
it's too dangerous.
Hey, stop.
Knock it off, guys.
He's also got to get home where his family is literally running around like crazy people trying to get away from.
Yeah. Because
These
they might
wild animals.
legitimately, in real life, get murdered.
By
one-
lions.
At one point, John, the older kid, I mean, he's probably like 18 or 20. I don't know how old he is. But the dad, Hank, has a motorcycle. So, and there's a long scene early on before the family gets there of Hank riding his motorcycle all around and like lions and tigers chasing him. And it's just so much fun. They're like playing. He's
Okay.
like zipping his motorcycle around and they're running around after him and
He's
stuff.
exciting their predatory
Yeah.
instinct. I mean,
Yes. But so they're playing and he's fine.
I'm not sure he knows what playing is, but
Well, John sees the motorcycle and says, I'm going to get on that motorcycle and I'll go find help. I'll go get help. So he gets on the motorcycle and he starts zipping around and he's not great riding it. And he's also probably scared shitless. And so, of course, the lions start chasing him around. And it's really stupid. He starts like riding the motorcycle in the house, up the ramp of the house and like up like on the roof of the house.
Oh
And
my god.
it's silly. It's very silly. And it's like flat roof, like with a
Still.
deck on top.
not as bad as James Bond movies.
And he ends up going off the roof and landing in the lake. It's very silly.
And ironically, he was most injured in that scene. No?
Yeah.
So anyway, they try to escape in a boat. And I think the elephant yanks it back and then destroys it. It's like one of those little metal boats. Like a
How
little
long do they
metal
think an
rope.
elephant's trunk is?
Elephants are pretty scary.
It
too.
I think
Yeah,
there was a rope or something. I don't
Okay.
remember. But the elephant
Okay.
and the elephant destroys the boat, tips it over. They all go into the water.
Why is the elephant pissed at him?
I don't know.
Maybe it's
Elephants are-
plain.
Elephants are aggressive, man.
Yeah. I think I don't think these. I did read that the elephants did not get along. The two elephants that they had there.
With each other?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. And so anyway, they're in the lake. The elephant destroys the boat. They swim to the other side of the little lake, away from the plantation house, and there's this other building there. So they, like a big barn or something. I don't know what it is, but so they go, let's hide in this building. Well, they're all exhausted, so they're going to wait. Hopefully Hank will come back. Melanie, who the daughter's name is Melanie.
Oh, clever.
She thinks he's probably dead. Like they probably killed him. And
her dad's dead.
Yeah, he's not here, and he's not coming to help us, kind of thing.
She's smartest one yet.
Yeah, honestly.
And so they think they're safe inside this big building, and they all fall asleep. And then when they wake up in the morning, they look around and they're surrounded by sleeping lions.
What?
What
It's the lion house?
So they realize
they napped in the lion house?
Uh-huh. They slept all night long. And so they think, oh, well, if they really wanted to kill us and eat us, they would have, right? We were asleep.
Or they just haven't got around to it yet.
Maybe they were full of zebra.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is their logic. And like,
Okay,
oh,
smart.
look at all these cute
Aww.
lions. And then, oh, look at these babies. And, it shows it's a big montage of these 4 people realizing these are actually friendly wild animals and we can play with them and pick up their cubs. And
They just shot a lot of scenes, and they used the scenes where someone wasn't badly injured during the shooting of that scene.
Pretty much.
yes, and then Hank shows up and sees them, having fun. And, they have this happy reunion.
There's a scene, it pans over to him like, I love my family.
I knew they'd get along.
Well, as he and Motivo are together, as they're walking up to the house and, he sees, oh, my family's there. He's going to introduce Motivo to them, but he tells Motivo, hey, don't say anything about those guys that we just saw
Listen,
get mauled and
the
killed.
dead guys? Yeah. We
Yeah.
wouldn't want to talk about animal attacks right now. Let's just say that. And by the way, do you have
bad look?
Do you have 300 pounds of zebra? Because we're going to need it really fast if this is going to stay nice.
So then there's, the even happier montage of the entire family together. And apparently the family agreed to stay for a week or whatever.
Oh, that's it.
And it's all,
It's a long time.
Oh, yeah, no, they
Agreed
weren't
to stay
moving
for.
in.
I know, but a week?
Yeah.
You
Even though going
traveled
for a visit, you think it'd be
traveled
more
from
than a week.
Chicago to, where's this, Tanzania?
Yeah.
Tanzania, yeah.
That's probably a pretty long trek.
That's not a couple of days and head back. A week. You know what? We'll stay for a week.
We'll stay for a
It's
week,
longer than
fine.
we
That's like a
planned.
3-week trip for sure.
That's a month.
Mhm. Well, as we talked about the crew that they were able to hire,
Mhm.
they did hire some crew, but they were never able to hire somebody willing to direct it. So that's why Noel Marshall
Okay.
also happened to be the director. I said Tippy played the wife. She was always going to play the wife, but they couldn't get Jack Nicholson to agree to be
No.
Hank. So he did it.
They couldn't get anyone
Yeah.
to be Hank.
So,
I mean, there are no professional actors, are there? I mean,
Melanie had Tippi Hedren, and-
other than the family.
and Melanie had done no. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think Motivo was an actor. He a genuine African person.
Yes.
He was
Genuine.
Genuine.
living in the United States. I think he was doing something at UCLA and stuff
Okay.
like that. But he had
But
been
no
an
actor anyone has ever heard of would agree to be in this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
But you know what? I don't know that I put his name down. We can look it up. But a pretty well-known African actor.
Oh, okay.
I forget his name. He was part of the committee, so he didn't have a big part. He wasn't in it beyond
Oh,
that.
yeah. He goes, you know what? He was actually scheduled to be in the entire movie, and then he goes, I'm gone.
No.
He
after
was a
about an
lead,
hour.
and he said, I'm good.
I'm out.
Yeah. Even Motivo, when he agreed to do it, he said, I'll be there for my scenes, but when we're not shooting, I'm not hanging out. I'm
Yeah,
not going to be
because
around the
there are
animals.
live,
I'm leaving.
wild animals on
Yep.
the set at all times.
That's crazy.
I mean, any other movie like this would have used nothing but completely tame, trained animals.
Yep.
Bears and grizzly. There was movies with they had chimpanzees and they had bears in movies, things like that, but not a bunch of. I mean, that's insane.
Yes.
Dozens of more or less wild, lethal animals. That's
Mhm.
That's
Unbelievable.
wild.
I think by the time they started filming, Melanie was 17.
Okay.
And
So
like I said, it started in 1976, and we talked about their how they financed it. They had gotten some funding, but it pretty quickly dried up, and they couldn't get any more. They originally planned for a $3 million budget, and it pretty quickly went way beyond that. They had to sell 4 of their houses. I don't know how many they had, but they sold 4 houses, and they had 600 acres of land near Magic Mountain, which is also where this was.
That's- yeah.
So they must have had more land than just that. And I guess Noel Marshall had a commercial production company, and that ended up going bankrupt.
So he completely ruined himself to make this terrifying, bad movie.
Yes. And he had used all the money that he had made from The Exorcist.
Wow.
And they also ended up selling some possessions, like Tippi Hedren's fur coat that was given to her by Alfred Hitchcock when she starred in The Birds, and other stuff like that. He also thought it would take 6 months to film. It ended up taking 5 years.
Oh my
5
god.
Just
years?
the filming part.
What?
So I mean,
Yes.
clearly Melanie Griffith is too old and is much older later.
She's
in
now
later
18.
scenes.
You know, there are scenes where looking at it, it's like, clearly she's wearing a wig.
Melanie Griffith, really?
Yeah.
Maybe she had to cut her hair for a role or
Because,
something like that.
the hair
Probably.
could, yeah. But other than that, I mean, from what I could tell, everybody looked pretty much the same.
Wow.
But who knows what scenes they, you know what I mean? I don't
Honestly,
know.
they could have gotten the bulk of the human stuff
Yeah.
done quickly and
done other
a
stuff.
lot of
Yeah.
reshoots with animals
Yeah.
and this and that. And
I'm not sure. But part of the reason why it took so long and why they had so many delays, animals are hard to direct, especially these animals.
sure.
And they literally would shoot for an entire day and maybe get a few minutes worth
Right.
of film.
That just
I'm
sounds
surprised they
like
got that many. I can see them shooting for whole days and getting nothing.
Well,
yeah.
used.
There probably were some of those days too. They had to take a lot of time off for emergency medical care.
Jesus.
So people are getting badly injured on
Uh-huh.
the making of this movie, and it still is continuing to be made. That's the thing too. How did it not get shut down?
Yes.
First person injured, union or not. It's
You
shocking.
would think.
A bunch of people keep coming to the hospital
What's
I
going
know.
with
on out there?
lion bites and
And there were even pretty lengthy hospitalizations. There were bites, scratches, infections, broken bones. Over 70 cast and crew were injured badly enough to require hospitalization.
how do they even get
70?
70 cast and
Uh-huh.
crew members?
Oh my God.
Yep.
I've seen a still picture of a female lion
Oh,
clamping on some, is it Tippi Hedren? I'm not sure, but clamping on someone's shoulder, clearly aggressively, where the person's covering their head and buried their face on the ground. And the female lion is just clamping on her upper shoulder.
yeah. I'm not sure which one that is, but I'm going to go through some of the injuries right now. We'll start with Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren,
Okay, let's
sure.
hear it.
Actually, before they even started filming the movie, they were filming what's called a sizzle reel that they show to investors to get
I've heard of it.
financing. Have you? A lion named Cherry bit down on her head,
On Tippi's head?
on Tippi's head.
Oh, Tippi.
The tooth went through her scalp, and she said she could hear the tooth scraping on her skull
Oh God.
as it went,
Cherry's just playing. She doesn't mean me any harm.
Listen,
I'm fine.
when she punctures my scalp, it means she's happy.
That's
Well-
a sign of love.
This required a lot of stitches, and they said, you know, we really need to shave your head. You need plastic surgery.
Maybe is that why
Recon-
Melanie had a wig? Because at some
No.
point she got scalped by a lion and she had a wigger.
Reconstructive surgery. And she
On
said,
Tippi?
on Tippi. And she said, no, we don't have time. Just,
my
I don't want
God.
you to shave my head. Just stitch it up. I don't care.
Do a butterfly bandage. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
It's on the back of my head. You know, I'll always have hair. It won't show. I don't need
it's
plastic
okay that my
surgery.
skull caved in. It's fine. It's fine.
Don't
It's
worry
fine.
about it. Yes, the tooth actually touched brain, but
She's actually very lucky that
Yeah.
it didn't,
Yeah.
you know, do something to her skull. Ugh. So anyway, she also was in a scene with the elephant Tembo, was supposed to pick her up and like put her on his back. And
it's a male elephant?
I believe so.
Were they both male elephants?
I don't know.
That's insane.
They probably were, and that's why they didn't fuck with each
No,
other.
they kill each other.
Yeah.
It must have been one.
I don't know.
Okay.
But so Timbo picks her up, and this is in the movie. This actual scene is in the movie.
Slams her to the ground, stomps her, kills her. Tibby Adams dead.
Well, he slams her up on his back, and it snapped her ankle.
Ooh.
And then he kind of like bucks her off, and I don't know what she's supposed to do in the movie. She falls like into some water, but it looks like it's, on the edge of the lake. And so
that was filmed 6 months later after she recovered.
she'd already broken her ankle. And then when he bucks her off, she breaks her wrist.
In real life. She breaks her.
In real
okay.
life. And she has lots of cuts and scrapes because when she falls, she lands on, it's rocks and dirt and
and elephants are
water
tall.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, these injuries were pretty bad, and she ends up developing sepsis and gangrene.
What?
Has she read the script? This movie is not worth it.
No. It sounds like a stupid, silly movie that
Sounds like a
wasn't going to change anybody's mind about anything.
No.
And I feel like they probably realized that
yeah.
soon, and we're like, well, we got all these animals. What are we going to do?
Let's just turn into a slapstick, a farce. It'll be fun.
Well, and she ended up spending a few months in the ICU because of the
Wow.
sepsis and gangrene. I'm surprised she didn't die.
Yeah.
And she still went back to set.
As soon as she was released from the hospital, she
She
went right back
is
to
insane.
filming. Melanie was maybe one of the smart ones. She decided pretty early on, I'm not going to do this. She told her mom she didn't want to get her face sliced off or something
Good
like that. Something
call,
like that.
Mel.
Good job, Melanie.
So she quit. And then a friend of hers wanted to do the movie. So her friend agreed to go do the movie. I don't know. And that may be the wig scenes.
I was going to say, maybe
I'm
that's
not
the wig.
entirely-
That
yeah.
person had whatever, brown hair. And
Could
they
be,
said, okay,
yeah.
put a blonde wig. That looks like Melanie. It's Melanie's
Yeah.
friend.
I'm not super
If we kill
sure.
her,
Whatever. Who cares?
her parents signed a waiver.
But Noel convinces her to come back. So
Melanie.
Melanie.
Okay.
So Melanie does come back. And then what do you think happens to Melanie
She
Griffith?
is horrifically injured by a lion. That's why she married Don Johnson. That doesn't make sense. But
A lion ends up scratching her face from the corner
Oh.
of her mouth up to her forehead.
does she have a scar?
She had amazing plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
And she almost lost her eye.
oh
Oh.
my God.
Yes.
Now does she quit for good?
No.
What? Melanie.
And
I take
apparently,
it back.
apparently they had a safe word. I don't know what it
Banana.
was, but the cast and probably the crew
It was a lion is killing me. It was a safe phrase.
had a safe word that if they started yelling it, Noel was supposed to shut everything down, stop filming, come to their aid. She was screaming the
Oh my
safe
God.
word,
And he didn't.
and he ignored it and kept filming.
Is he Natalie Wood's mom?
The oldest,
Jesus.
I know, horrifying. The oldest son, John.
Asparagus, goddammit! Asparagus!
Pineapple!
Jesus.
A lion bit down on John's head,
What is it with the heads?
and
They like to eat heads.
yeah. Well,
They're
it
like zombies. They eat brain.
clamped down on his head and would not let go. It was there for 25 minutes.
Oh my God. There'd be
That-
no shit left in my intestines.
That-
That's how much I shit myself.
Just
I know.
I've heard so many stories of animal attacks, and they say it was 30-second song. It felt like it was an hour.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he's trying to kill him because lions are one of those big cats that kill by suffocation.
Correct.
If they don't disembowel you, which they usually don't, they get you in the throat and they
Yeah.
suffocate you. So they will be clamping on for minutes until you suffocate.
Wow.
So that sounds like it was trying to kill him.
I don't know. I think if it was trying to kill him, it would have killed him.
25 minutes.
It wasn't like
I got 25 minutes to blow. I'll clamp on your head and not let go.
It
That's
wasn't like his entire head was in the lion's
No,
head.
I know,
it was
but
like
still.
the top of his head.
Well,
I
you don't.
think,
The
I know.
lion has other shit to do. It doesn't make any sense
has a
unless it's
zebra
a
to
point.
Well, it took 6 men to eventually get the lion off of his head, and he got over 50 stitches in his scalp.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Jerry, the younger son, was bitten on his leg, and it was a pretty deep bite. He lost a lot of blood on the way to the hospital, where he got an infection. Well, he didn't get the infection at the hospital, but the bite got infected.
He probably did get the infection at the hospital.
He also ended up in the ICU for weeks.
Is it true? I know with like even just domestic household cats, if they bite you deep enough, like there's bacteria in cats'
Yeah.
mouth that infect the bite. So I'm assuming it could be similar.
Yeah.
Like if the lion bites
sure.
you, that shit could get infected very
Yes.
easily because of the bacteria.
Sounds like it. Everybody who's getting bitten is getting infected.
Yeah.
It does seem like that because there's a lot of sepsis and gangrene too.
Yeah.
Which,
I know someone
That's
who just
bad
their
news.
cat bit them and they got a bad infection.
yeah.
Like
Yep.
just their little tabby cat.
I was bitten by a tiny, tiny, tiny baby wildcat.
What? What
It was a
cat?
feral cat in the
Oh.
backyard, in her mom's backyard.
Mm.
When your mom said, "Go get those kittens," because the mom and yeah, they're probably 6 weeks old.
Mhm.
They're vicious little bastard. Bit me as hard as it
Oh,
physically
yeah.
could, broke the skin.
Wow.
Yeah, those things were
They were
Wild
Yeah,
animals.
they really were.
Wow.
they were born behind the pool heater.
They weren't
so
playing.
you and Melanie Griffith could
Yeah,
probably
a lot in common. A lot
Yeah.
in common. We both were injured about as badly by cats.
The director of photography, he was the one union worker
Wow.
on this show. I don't know how he ended up being allowed to do it, but
He
did.
was blackballed.
Yeah.
His name was Jan de Bont.
Jan de Bont.
That's a dope
Mhm.
name.
That's a great name.
It is a good name. He was injured by the same lion that bit Tippy early on, named Cherry. And
Jerry sounds like the bad apple here.
this one was pretty horrifying.
Jan de Bont.
Tell me
Yes.
about it.
He was basically scalped.
Ooh.
Ah!
See, they're going for heads.
He was under a tarp, and I don't know if he was shooting, trying to get footage of them jumping over him or something. I don't know. But lions were running by. He's under a tarp, and he wasn't supposed to move, but he did.
It
And
was his fault.
so
His fault.
Cherry was curious about what was going on under that tarp and swiped
Oh, my
and
God.
peeled his scalp from the back all the way up to his forehead.
Trigger warning.
Oh my God.
And so John Marshall, the oldest son, ran over and basically, flipped the scalp back and then wrapped towels around it and, got him off. I don't know. Did they have an ambulance on retainer?
they
sitting
should
there
have.
waiting?
Maybe.
So got him off to the hospital. And then John came back and said, okay, where do we start trying to find a new director of photography? Because he was,
There's no way
no way he's coming back.
Yeah.
And once Jan got his scalp stitched right back on, he came right back.
What is that?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is
These people have
I know.
some issues.
I'll post a picture, but there's a
Of him
picture.
being
Of the
scalped?
scalp?
No,
Oh.
there's a picture of him.
Here's Jan's head. Well, not his head, just more his scalp, actually, and the hair.
There's a picture of him post stitches. So it's like the whole back of his head is shaved. And, it's not super gross, but it's like you can tell exactly where he was scalped because of it. So he came back. After this, he went on to do Speed, Twister,
I
and,
never recognized that name.
Yeah.
actually.
and Speed 2 Cruise Control.
I love
You lost
Twister.
me at Speed 2 Cruise Control, but
His work
before
on
that-
the movie, people actually praised it. It was pretty good.
Sure.
Like the footage of, and there's at the beginning, there's a lot of it looks like a, African documentary.
well, he made that glorified pool look like a big lake. So
wild
I'm impressed.
animals running around. Noel
Mm-hmm.
himself also got a lot of injuries, lots of bites and scratches and stuff, because he was very physical with the animals, and you can see it in the movie, like the part where he just dives in trying to break up a fight and all that kind of stuff. But his idea was he's got to be the alpha. So he can't ever be scared. He has to stand up to them. He has to, be the boss of all the animals and, push them around. And
As it's Siegfried thought too.
Mhm.
Or Roy, I'm not sure which one.
Well, he, during all of this, trying to be the alpha lion, he nearly lost an arm, both legs, got sepsis and gangrene, and he was dragged around the set by a lion. And he ended up spending 6 months in the hospital. I'm not sure if that was all in one
Yeah.
go or in, different little
Does he
snippets,
still
but-
think these animals like him? Because they clearly do
Yeah,
not.
they don't fuck
They're not
with him.
impressed. They don't think you're great. They don't think you're the alpha male. They just want to kill you, and
Mhm.
they're sick of you.
So those are just, the main people. And
Well, didn't someone almost
the
lose an arm?
worst. Didn't someone almost what?
Lose an arm? Like a cameraman or something like that? I thought some cameraman got badly injured.
Well, an assistant director
Oh.
got bitten through his neck
Ooh.
on his first day of work.
Ay.
Oh, his first and last day.
Just missed his jugular.
Wow.
It was his last
Yeah.
day.
See?
Yeah.
It's like, nope, not worth it. Pass. Out.
So people leaving, and some people were never even able to be replaced, and all of the downtime because of Tippi Hedren being in the hospital, Melanie being in the hospital, Noel being in the hospital, all that kind of stuff. It just led to more and more delays, and it also meant that the members of the family would have to step in and take over for the crew members that left. So John, the oldest son, he also was an animal wrangler, set mechanic, boom operator, and camera operator. Also had to do some veterinary work by giving vaccines and drawing blood from the animals.
But he drew the line at doing the little clapper thing before the shot. He would not do that.
And there were also delays related to weather and being out where they were. The ranch flooded twice. One time, so bad, it knocked down fences and 15 of the big cats escaped. A few ended up having to be shot by the LA sheriffs, including Robbie, who was the star.
Oh, I
No,
liked Robbie.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, did Togar take over now? What was his name?
Togar.
No,
Tovar?
Togar was still the bad guy.
Oh.
But another, I don't know who.
They got
took
another
over.
male lion?
Yeah. Well,
It's
they
like
had
a-
a bunch of male
It's like a
lions.
Scar Mufasa
Oh.
situation, it sounds
Yes,
like.
it was very Scar Mufasa.
Did
actually.
Kyle take over for Robbie?
This is Jacob.
So they had to rebuild the house. There was also a wildfire that destroyed a lot of the set that they had to rebuild. They also had a lot of animal fights, a lot of animal injuries. The elephants didn't get along.
Yeah.
There was a feline virus that killed, I think, over a dozen
Aw.
of the big cats. So they actually had also very large vet bills. I said the original budget was $3 million. By 1980, they had spent $17 million.
Jesus Christ.
This is 1980, so we're talking 704 billion Chinese yuan, I believe.
Yeah.
66 million.
$66
It's
million.
federally
$66 million.
Which still isn't huge, but
No, that's a significant budgeted
yeah.
movie these days. That's a major
Yeah.
feature, not something made on a shoestring on a fly by this, producer and actress.
So by 1980, they weren't really done. But like I said, all of their investors had dropped out. They had no hope of raising any more money. They had spent all of their own money. So they just decided, we'll take whatever film we've
Yeah.
shot and we'll make, piece it together to make the movie.
But what happened to Motivo up in the tree? We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll animate it.
So they actually, at the beginning of the movie, credited some of the animals as writers. Here is what shows on the screen.
Screenplay by Robbie.
Since the choice was made to use untrained animals, and since for the most part they chose to do as they wished, it's only fair to share the writing and directing credits.
Yeah, because I don't want to be responsible and blamed for this piece of shit.
So Robbie is named, and Gary is named.
Gary.
Gary is a very young lion who, in the movie, he's also named Gary, but he's Robbie's son in the movie. I don't know if he is in real life.
Because that's how lions really like to live.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
It's not.
So
They're kicked out.
the movie was
When a lion takes over, a male lion takes over a new pride, the first thing to do is kill every single baby. So the female cats go back into estrus and they can breed their own. The first thing to do is infanticide.
Wow.
So this is not how the
Well,
world
this
works
was
in
a
lion
special
world.
lion pride
Okay.
living in a house with Hank. So they were ready to release the film in 1981, and it was based like the poster is the jalopy, which is not in it very much, that Hank and Motivo have to drive home.
Yeah, I know, but why?
I know, and
It's not, I would show a goddamn lion clamping down on Tippi Hedren's head.
no,
And the poster?
it's-
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, they're billing it as a ferocious comedy.
Jesus.
No, the
Yes.
slogan is "We all lived."
So-
The slogan is "These are real fucking lions, people."
These
That's
are
that's your
real.
poster slogan.
So the poster is Hank and Motivo in the funny little car with two tigers.
That's so
That's
crazy.
that doesn't even make sense. I
Yeah.
mean, for the movie, for
No.
promoting the
Yeah.
movie, it doesn't make any
no,
sense.
it doesn't make any sense. No U.S. distributor would take it on,
Uh-huh.
No.
only partly because it was a non-union production. And it's not great. You can, it's
You're
when,
being nice, aren't you? It's atrocious.
do you remember you were in the kitchen while I was watching it in the living room?
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't see it.
horrified. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't remember gasp and
yeah. Yes. It's a little difficult to watch also because I knew that
These
Yeah.
people are really being badly
Yes.
injured.
If you see a lion do something to a human, it's real.
Mostly real
Mhm.
blood. Well, which is good for their fake blood budget was minimized by that. So that's
Yeah,
not, it's a
it was
plus.
there was
zero.
a lot of real blood in this movie. Some people called it like the most expensive bad home movie ever made. The
It
sound
does
was
seem
bad.
like a home movie. I mean,
The
it's
dialogue was bad. Like even like Tippi Hedren and Melanie Griffith, who were actual
yes,
good
they've read
actors.
good screenplays. That's what I mean. They could
Yeah.
read that and go, "No, this is we're
This is bad.
gonna be in danger. We're gonna endanger other people for a." We can read that screenplay and know this will be a bad movie.
Yeah.
But one of the early scenes is them when they're arriving at the airport, and the dialogue between Tippi Hedren and Melanie Griffith is just atrocious. And the sound is horrible because you can tell it's all been dubbed afterwards and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, there's a lot of goofy music of when they're, fleeing wild animals.
Hey, Mom, think there'll be some lions in Dad's house? Oh, that's crazy. Let's go.
Why would you say that?
That's
Oh
nuts.
my god, the tiger's right behind me, isn't he?
They did that 4 times.
Yeah.
So when it was released, it was not released in the United States. It was released in the UK, Germany, Australia, and
It
Japan,
was banned in Africa for obvious reasons.
Africa said, "Fuck no,"
Uh-uh.
where it was only shown for about a week, and then it was done.
Are you surprised by that?
and it made
No.
$200.
I'm surprised it's, I am surprised it's not more of a cult classic. Like
Right.
you watch just a horrific movie. It should be riff tracks. It should be.
You can't
just-
say you like film unless you've seen Roar.
Well, funny you say that.
What?
We'll
Is
get
it?
to it. It made under $2 million.
I'm surprised it
at
made
the
$2 million.
early get-go.
I know.
And their plan was, Tippi Hedren predicted it was going to be a huge hit.
She's not
and
smart.
a la Born Free or something, and that the proceeds from that movie were going to fund the future care of all the lions.
Yeah.
They were going to keep them on the ranch that they had built for the movie.
So they killed all the lions
And
because they don't have.
it was supposed to fund their retirement, I suppose.
Yeah,
you'd say.
those lions are still working to this day.
Yeah.
Well, it received mixed reviews when
Mixed?
it was first released.
Rotten Tomatoes 8.
And it was described as a kind of Jaws of the jungle,
No, that isn't by a dumb person.
or more like Born Free, Gone Berserk.
Yes, that's better.
They also talked about its thin plot. 1982, so the next year after it was released, Tippi and Noel got a divorce.
Oh, really? The year after?
Yep.
She stayed with him through that hell of 5 years, and then she divorced him?
Yep. And a big contributing factor was his reckless disregard for the health and welfare of her daughter.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
and
So divorced
his
him
sons
6 years ago.
and
Divorce
her.
him before
Yeah.
this.
That
the movie-
and Lion also took off his penis.
But
don't
the
talk
movie
about
was
that.
very important to her too.
Ugh.
She
Still.
So
cared
she stayed with him
very
for the
much.
lions.
She
Not
did.
for the kids, for the lions.
Yes.
If we get divorced, he gets the lions.
Fucking-
Well, she got the lions.
Oh.
wow.
She kept the ranch and she started the Roar Foundation, and she made it into a big cat rescue, and now it's called Shambhala. It still exists.
Is it in Santa Cruz Valley still?
I
Is
think
that
so.
By,
Yep, I think it's in the same
Measurement.
place.
okay.
She is now 93.
She's
She's
alive?
still alive?
She's still
I'm not gonna
alive.
lie, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I thought she was dead.
She runs this sanctuary, Shambhala Preserve, and it doesn't have all those same.
No, because they're long
Lions.
dead, except
Yes.
maybe the elephants.
Well,
True.
she's got about 32 big cats. And
So fewer than she had while filming a movie.
yes.
Okay.
And she is now an outspoken critic of keeping wild animals,
Well,
obviously.
good.
Which is surprisingly still legal in much of the United States.
That's
which
insane.
is.
we did talk about on that.
Yeah, that
That
zoo, the
one.
one in
Mhm.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say this is
guy's little zoo.
has been remnant of that one
Yeah.
weird guy.
Yeah.
What was it in Ohio?
Ohio,
Ohio,
and
yeah.
he had that personal zoo with 50-something animals.
And literally they all
They
got
escaped.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because he's a douche.
Yep. So she's been an activist and she has lobbied Congress and actually was successful in passing a 2003 bill ending the interstate traffic
Yeah.
of big cats.
You know why a lot of it is legal is hunters. There's like in Texas, you go on safaris
yeah.
and you go hunt big
Mhm.
lions and tigers in Texas.
That's
Yeah.
So you can kill them
disgusting.
and feel like a big man. It's called a Donald Trump Jr. kind of a thing.
Mm.
And now she acknowledges how stupid
Yeah.
what they did was.
Incredibly dumb and
how,
dangerous
how
and
stupid it was
irresponsible.
that they had a lion in the house with
Yes.
the kids and stuff like that.
It's shocking that not only no one died on the set, but no one died in their life.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
dangerous animals.
Yeah,
around
that's
their
just
kids.
they were just lucky.
Yeah.
They were incredibly lucky. Well, Roar ended Noel's Hollywood career. He
Deservedly.
tried to do some other projects, but I don't think he did any. He ended up becoming a hospital administrator. What the fuck?
The dude was a millionaire from Exorcist, a major producer, and he
Uh-huh.
makes this piece of shit. And you know what? That's actually some fair karma because he put
Yeah.
a lot of people in danger.
And he died in 2010. I don't know what he died of. In 2015, John, I don't know if this was John Marshall's decision to do this or who controlled the movie, but it was sold to Draft House, who they would try to find things that are going to be like cult classics and,
Oh.
you know, like weird kind of films. And they decided to distribute it in the United States, and it was marketed as the most dangerous movie ever made. So it was released in 2015. They changed the movie posters from the goofy, ferocious comedy with the cartoon tigers in the car to actual stills from the movie. And they had the line at the top saying, "No animals were harmed in the making of this film." And then at the bottom, 70 cast and crew were. So John Marshall says it was much more than 70, but I don't know. They also called it the snuff version of Swiss Family Robinson.
Okay, well that's
which
Yeah.
is kind of gross.
yeah, and also not true.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. It was not widely distributed
No.
in the United States. A handful of, I think maybe 50 cities max, and not for long. And then it ended up selling okay in DVD. And now, like I said, if you want to go watch it, you can watch it on YouTube for as long as they decide to keep it up.
Oh.
In its re-release in 2015, the opening weekend gross was $15,000.
Jesus.
And their domestic gross ended up being about $110,000.
Yeah,
Wow.
So
okay.
I don't know how
probably-
much they had to pay for it, but
no.
it probably wasn't
Not much,
super-
but probably more than that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty hard to watch. I had a hard time watching it. And Mativo, that African actor, he said he grew up in Kenya, and he said, "We don't live
No.
with lions.
No.
We know
No one
to
does.
leave them
Leave them
alone."
Do you
And-
assholes live with bears and cougars? No? Okay then.
Exactly.
Yeah, so crazy. And Melanie Griffith doesn't really talk about it
Mm-mm.
very much.
She's probably horribly traumatized.
I
Probably.
think she was.
Probably.
And I don't think Jerry talks about it. I think the only one who like would do any interviews or anything around the 2015 re-release of it was John
Yeah.
Marshall.
They probably said, we'll give you $200,000 if you got to
Yeah.
shut
Yeah.
it up.
Tippi Hedren had written a book or something about the experience about the whole Shambhala thing too.
Oh.
And so she talks about it a bit in her book. And I think she was kind of told by her people, don't talk about it in interviews.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you, it's not a good look for you.
No.
You endangered your children.
No.
It's a bad look. I would go to
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah. And she has apologized and
Listen,
she's redeemed herself.
I'm
I would say she's
I'm not
redeemed
mad
herself.
at Tippi. I'm not mad at her.
No,
I'm not mad at Tippi either.
no. She's
Hippies-
93 and she can give a shit.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah. So that's the Roar movie, guys.
The story
Wow.
of Roar.
I
the
mean, this is a
stupidest movie ever made.
pretty timely podcast. The lion just escaped a zoo in Rome.
What?
Ooh.
Did you guys not hear about that?
No.
No.
What?
The hell?
Yeah, a lion escaped like a wildlife park in Italy
Hmm.
and was literally roaming the streets, and it took authorities 7 hours to capture it. And
Did it live? Like tranquilizer?
yeah,
or
it
no?
lived.
Okay.
They
Yikes.
had to be trained twice because it woke up
Oh.
after the first one and
Yeah.
like fled again. And the Italian government said, "Please stay in your homes. Please stay
Really?
inside." And like a couple of
Wow.
like people like happened upon it and was like, "Oh my god!"
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video of it. So
I would be pretty scared.
That would be terrifying.
I'd
They will
shit
kill you.
myself. I would shit
I
myself.
remember there was once, it was on a college, some asshole let the tiger that belonged to a college, because the name of the tiger is, there's something that, I
Oh,
can't remember what
Lord.
it was. They let go like a frat prank.
Oh,
And it was seen, it was early, like 5 a.m. And it was seen early enough by someone in a car, I think, who told the police. They tranked it. They got it, but while an expert said not funny,
No.
if it had come along in person, it would for sure have killed
killed
it.
it.
Yeah.
No question whatsoever.
Tigers are scarier
Yes.
than lions.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
bigger, right?
Yeah, they are bigger and
They're more ferocious, aren't they?
they are, but lions kill people all the time too.
Yeah.
So
I think I'd
it's
be-
just
I
it's
don't know.
amazing that this didn't. I mean, tigers have killed more people because they kill a lot of people in India.
Yeah.
They still do.
Yeah.
But
It is amazing that nobody was killed.
it's
in
insane.
this movie.
I don't know.
Even though I know they weren't completely, it's like off out of the jungle,
No.
fresh from the jungle, but they weren't tame, they weren't trained. These were semi-wild
Yeah.
animals, and that
Yes.
Yeah.
unbelievable that no one died.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Carrie.
Unbelievable.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Mom.
Appreciate the story of Roar.
It was
You're welcome.
fabulous.
Was fabulous, Carrie.
So fab.
We'll see you guys next time.